Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are remodeling or refurnishing the dock den lot. So I originally wanted to build something else on top of this, but I always feel so bad like demolishing lots that were made already or um so I really liked how it looked exterior wise anyway, so I figured, okay, let's just change the inside to work for what I needed. So I started out by changing the floors, and it's uniformed all throughout except for the bathroom, which I do change later. And then I start with just plain white walls. I change it a couple of times, like with the wood paneling in the bottom or just straight flat white. And then for the kitchen, I really wanted to use that plaster. I don't remember the name, but I really like it just because of the whole um, slightly exposed brick kind of thing going on. I I really like it. I also use it for. Do I use it for the living room? I think I originally wanted to, but then I changed it. We'll see later. So I decided to use these new counters from the Jungle Adventure pack, and I really like them. Um, like they're uh, not really basic, but I like the whole wood and just a really sleek handle. What sucks is they don't have like those kinds of counters like that you can use for I guess to eat at. I I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Um, but yeah, they only have these counters with the drawers and stuff, but they don't have the plain counters that you can actually attach seats to, so your Sims could use it as a dining table or counter. Um, so you see, I try to use a different one to see if it work, but it just doesn't, so I got rid of it. Mm, yeah, it looks like I'm still trying to make it work. Just give up already. It's not going to work. Yeah, no, I'm still trying. It's almost kind of funny just watching me like, oh no, I really want, like a breakfast counter or something like that. And of course now I decide to light the place up and then I see how bad it matched. I was like, okay, no, I can't do this. So I fiddle around with the um, counter at the end right there. And put a bin. I remembered to put a bin this time. Um, I changed the door frame. I wanted a bigger frame. Like I feel like it's just um I just thought it looked nicer to have a bigger door frame to match the door frame from the living room into the hallway. And then I saw that we had the round tables or round table, I'm sorry, from the jungle pack, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice." Like we always just had the tiny square ones or rectangular ones, so I figured, "Oh, I want to try and make this work." But it didn't, clearly. So I'm trying to find a different dining table that I felt suited the the theme of the house better. Like I wanted something modernish, very sleek, I guess. And um, I really do like these chairs. I use them in my duplex build too. Again, just because I really like the way they look. There are other chairs that I like, and I tend to use those a lot too, but for this, I just felt like this looked better. And so you can see that I have a bit of an empty space in that side of the kitchen, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it. Um, so here I am messing with the wallpaper a bit. Um, and then eventually I give up, move on to another room, and then I come back to it later when I start like cluttering the house a bit more. And so the sim that I created to live in this house, um, you can say that I took inspiration from Lara Croft because I love the Tomb Raider games. And honestly, I do enjoy the movies too, so I'm so excited for the new movie coming out this month. Um, but yeah, with the whole jungle adventure thing, I just thought it was perfect. Like, oh, I can make a sim that's like an archaeologist or something, like a Tomb Raider treasure hunter. I don't know, but I've been enjoying the Jungle Adventure Pack. I really love it. Um, my sim actually spends more time on vacation than she does at home. So here I am starting with the living room. So I saw there was that chimney portion and decided that the wallpaper inside where the chimney is had to be the same, like um, brick rock kind of thing. And then I just put columns to kind of divide it so it's not like a harsh um, wallpaper to that material for the chimney. And I also put a fireplace, and I was deciding between the extremely huge TV, the curved TV, or this one that I decided to put up. The curved one just looked way too big for me. And then I think it took a while for me to decide on what coffee table I wanted to use. I really wanted a square one. So I tried doing this and then it just didn't work out. And I choose the one with the like little heated portion in the middle. I do change it later on because I realize, hold on, like I have a fireplace right there. Why do I need this table? And so I do change it later. And then here I am trying to figure out, do I like this chair better or do I like the other one? I do like the whole putting like an accent table behind a the sofa, but it didn't work. Like it was closing up the space too much. I also really like these accent tables, and yeah, it looks like I tried to figure out what I wanted to do on this wall, and I end up downsizing these shelves. I just thought it was really cute, you know. I think I was looking at it and I was like, why is it different colors? And then I figured, oh, it's probably the lighting or whatever making it look different. And so I do put those accent tables in place of that dresser. I'm still trying to figure out like a different one to use, but I do end up choosing those. And you'll notice in a lot of my builds too, I tend to put mirrors just like that one on top of those tables by the doorway. I don't know. I just thought I just think it's really nice to have that. Like you're on your way out and just like one last look. Like, is my hair out of place? Do I look like a mess? And if it's all good, then you can head out the door. Or if you come home from a long day of work and you see yourself and you're just like, oh, yeah. So in the end, I do get rid of that plaster wall in the living room. It just didn't seem to fit. I tried changing the color of the door frames to kind of match the front door. I didn't want to change the front door because I really, really liked it. And then here I am trying to figure out the best door for my Sims office. I really wanted like a window door, but this one was cute, but it was just annoying me because the frame was just like a different color. I really wanted it to be like black as well, or at least a dark gray, but I do end up choosing this door. And then I change the frames back to a brown, and then I just use at this point in the hallway, it didn't matter to me what the door frame color was. I'm trying to figure out another door that would work, and it just doesn't. I end up for a more modern looking one. There we go. No? Okay, there we go. And then I used the smaller one for the bathroom. I'm still trying to figure out if I can use a different door, but after that, I do move to the bedroom. Honestly, I'm not that fond of the different bed choices that we have. This is probably one of my favorite ones, and then I also like the futon one. I'm really happy about these closets, and I'm trying to figure out if I can use this one instead so that doesn't take up as much space, but didn't work out. I tried searching for a vanity. I'm like, do I have a pack with a vanity? But I don't. So I kind of make my own with a desk and then a cute little chair, and then I put a mirror. I mount a mirror up on the wall. I tried to take the wall out so I can lower the mirror a little bit, but it just wasn't working out, and I just chucked it there. You'll see me do it right now. There we go. Yeah, it just. I mean, I technically could probably get rid of the wall from the living room to the hallway, but I was like, nah, this is fine. I'll probably just replace it later on when I do get a pack with the vanity. I wanted a little. I wanted a like a sitting area inside her room just because it's pretty spacious room. I probably could have made like a small guest room, but I was like, nah. So I downsized that one for the armchairs, put a bookcase, and kind of move things around a little bit. Do I start cluttering? No, okay. I thought I was going to start cluttering up the place, but I'm working on the bathroom, and I really wanted to have this like tub in, and I also really like those tiles. I do tend to use them a lot in my builds. So the bathroom is very black and white. I'm still trying to figure out like placement in here. I do move the tub, the shower, and the toilet gets shoved in the corner as well. And I put counters with a sink, of course, and then I put a little bin also next to the toilet. And obviously, I really like these mirrors. What am I? Oh, I guess I remembered. Maybe I should change the wallpaper color in the bedroom too. And I don't usually use a lot of different wallpaper colors. I usually just stick to white or like a dark gray, or maybe I don't know. I usually just stick to white. But I'm trying to experiment more with a bit of color. So hopefully my future builds will be the same. And then here's my Sims study. So of course I put the archaeological. I always like catch myself after I say the word. I'm like, did I say it right? But I do move it around a little bit in this room, but I think I do end up putting it back in that wall, and I just changed the color later on. And I'm trying to figure out what's a cute desk. That's another thing. I'm not that happy with the desk selections, but I mean, can't complain. I do move the desk as well later on, and I think at this point I'm just like, oh wait, the lights. Or not. Oh no, I was wrong. I was really wrong. I was trying to find the display shelf, I think, and I couldn't find it in shelves. I was just like, what? And where was it? It's in storage. So I tried putting it in the living room, but I was like, no, it's too big for the living room. And I end up just keeping it in the study. And I'm back with the desk. I do settle for the more modern looking one where it's a glass top. I just felt like it better suited the again the whole house. It takes a while. It takes a while for me to realize that though. I think after I put the armchairs. There we go. And I changed the shelf to black too. I really wanted to use that chair, but I didn't like the pattern on it, so I end up with just a plain black ones. The PC. After this, I think I do the same bookshelf trick against the windows. And there we go. I go back to the living room and check if black works too, but it didn't. And I figured maybe put one on the other wall too, but it was closing up the space again, and so I was like, no, I can't do this. And here is where I finally decide to change the lights. I really like those big lights, but when your walls aren't tall enough, it's just way too low. I wish they had different heights on them, and I know you can kind of cheat and force it up a little bit, but I didn't want to do that. I am looking forward to getting the what pack was it? I think it was the fitness stuff pack, because they had these really contemporary looking lights that I really want, and I feel like they'll be my new favorite lights. But at the moment, the light that I used in the hallway is my favorite. These ones. They're from Cats and Dogs. I also like those paper ones, but I think I don't put that much lighting in the living room. I do put one of these floor lamps that are my favorite. I use them a lot. So I'll put one here next on the desk, and then one next to the armchair. I glance briefly at the kitchen. I'm like, do I know what I want to put here yet? And the answer is no. I don't know what I want to put there. So I figured the hallway could use some carpeting, but I don't remember if I took it out or not. I feel like I did, but it's still there, so I do put a mirror, a full length mirror. And I shove those things again. I'm trying to remember if I put a plant or not. I don't think so. I think I probably just forgot to move the shelf and makeshift vanity back. I'm trying to figure out like a nice rug to put. Figured it'd be nice on that side. I decide the foot of the bed would be the best. So this area I do get rid of later, and I place a grand piano instead. I wish we had like a regular piano and not a grand piano. I just think it'd be nice instead of having to use like the keyboard or having to take up so much space with the grand piano. I do like those chairs. Like part of me wishes I kept it there, but I liked having the piano in the house too, even though it was kind of crammed into the spot. Mm. And of course, my favorite potted plant. The lamps again. Or lamp, sorry. And then I put another one here. Size that one up. That's also one of my favorite plants. At this point, yeah, I do change the coffee table to the glass one. And now I'm just cluttering up the place as much as, oh, that's annoying. I can't even tell, is it floating? You can't zoom in that much when you're in build mode, so it kind of looked like it was on top of it. I'm not too worried. But I didn't want to clutter up the place too much because, I mean, just playing the sim, like I said earlier, she is hardly at home. And so it made sense that it's not too cluttered up. Like, she probably has a couple of things here and there, and I will save this house to the gallery, and you'll see that there's a couple of more things in the house already, but it's mostly the relics that she's dug up from her travels. I think I've put some on this accent table, I've put some on the shelf, and of course the display case in the office has a bunch too, and so do these shelves behind her desk. What am I doing? Oh, I think I was actually trying to find the little round candle, and I didn't realize it was in the lights. I do find it later on when I clutter up the bathroom. I really like the fruit bowl, and so most of my builds do have the fruit bowl either on the coffee table or even like somewhere in the kitchen. I didn't want to use so much sculptures. Like, I thought the jars were a lot better looking just for the way the way my sim is in general, or like the way I picture her to be. And so here I'm like, where is that shelf with a whole bunch of alcohol bottles? And it wasn't this one, it was a different one. But for some reason, I just couldn't find it. And I think it was because I was looking in the wrong place. I do get rid of those and end up using that kind of like refrigerated case for wine. Yeah, I'm still looking. Those wine bottles are huge, by the way. At least they look huge. I'm still trying to figure out what else could work that I can put on these walls just because it was so plain. And I really wanted like a little bar area. I just couldn't fit in that corner, and I end up putting it right next to the trash bin. Or there we go. And I moved the dining table too. Kind of angle it a little bit, I think. I just realized that it was a very awkward kind of space. I don't know, it was a little hard for me to work with it. See, I'm like moving around the table. I'm like, where should I put you? I'm very indecisive, as you can see. I do change that to just one of those wine coolers just because I thought two was a little too much, so I kind of moved the fridge and everything and add another countertop. Do I find it yet? Do I even put it? I don't think I put it in the final build. Oh, I saw this like diploma or certificate thing and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I should put it in the office. And so I did before I forgot. There we go. I think I found it. But I end up not putting it, as you can see. Smoke alarm. I went back and forth between under the exhaust and on top of the doorway. And I saw this. I'm like, oh, this might be nice. But I saw how big it was and I was like, oh, never mind. It's an espresso machine. Even though I personally am not a coffee drinker, I'm more of a tea drinker. Like almost every single day, I will have at least 2, maybe 3 cups of tea. Sometimes even more. It really depends. Cluttering up the kitchen. I kind of wanted to put those like the tea display, but it didn't make quite. It didn't make any sense for me to put that there. Like I figured my sim is more of a coffee drinker, and I thought it was really cute to have that rack of like different kinds of mugs next to the machine. She's probably the type that has a bunch of used mugs all over the place. What am I? Pot of peppers. So I tried squeezing it there in between the bowl and the other pot of peppers. I'm sorry, but it doesn't quite work out. And so I put it a little to its right instead, I think. Yeah. And I was thinking, this house can use a bit more greenery, but I didn't quite like how it looked on the wall, and so I end up just using paintings that I do change later on because I use that one on the plastered wall in the bedroom instead. And here I'm trying to find a better looking picture for this wall, but I do just leave it as is. I was like, oh, this might look nice on top. And then after thinking about it more, I was just like, nope. And then, of course, this wall was also pretty blank, so I was trying to figure out what would be the best thing to put here. I think there's a picture of like a ship that I put on the hallway at first, and then I think I transferred to this wall. I just saw a bunch of stuff and I'm like, oh, what does this look like? I give up, as usual. And put a plant, clutter up her desk a bit. Or was that already there? Camera to take pictures of her findings. And I put one in the living room too. And I tried putting one in the room, and then I realized I think it's floating like pretty badly. And so I just get rid of it. I don't even bother cluttering up that little table. It's a cute lamp, mostly because I do like the color. So I just use one of those ceiling lights, which I downsized just because I didn't want to see too much. And then I put um, a wall light on top of the mirrors, clutter it up the bathroom a little bit. Now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't have put so many plants because in reality, those probably would be dead with her being away so much. Um, Unless it's a serviced house, she has someone come in to water them, maybe. Mm, I do move these around a little bit so the light does end up on the right side, and then the plant on the left, just because I was thinking, oh, it's probably not very smart to have the candle by the little towels on the side. And I think we are almost done, just like a few things here and there in the house. So I tried putting those 3 like floral um candles. When I downsized them though, the light kind of shifted. And so I was like, oh nope, this is not gonna work out. So this is where I changed the paintings. Looking around to see what else I needed, and then I saw the hallway. And so I saw those like sketches and that ship painting, which I do move to the study instead. And I think I just put like landscapes, and that's probably a seascape. Is that what you would call them? And yeah, so that's it for my doc den. Oh no, see, I forgot about the back area of the house. So I don't furnish this as much. I was hoping I can put out like a yoga mat. I did put out a barbecue and of course a little sitting area. What else do I put out? I think an easel and that woodworking kind of table. But I completely forgot about this back area too until I kind of zoomed out of the house and then saw it. Yeah, I was like having a hard time trying to figure out what I wanted in the back. I might put plant boxes just because I found a couple of um uh like plants during her trips, and I do want to have my own like little garden growing in the back. Oh, and here is where I changed that little area into the grand piano instead. Add a violin as well. I really wish that we had the smaller, regular looking pianos. And are we done? No, I'm still cluttering up. I think I put um one of those little globes. I was just trying to find it. There's just so many choices that I get overwhelmed and settle with one. And when I see another, I'm just like, oh, this is better. There we go. See. And just and that's it. We're done. I do go in the house just to kind of give a close up of what it looks like. I probably should take pictures instead next time. We'll keep that in mind, and do a kind of picture montage at the end. But yeah, that's it for my doc den renovation. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.